Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and another video. If you are new to my channel and you have no idea who the heck I am, my name is Sierra and I am the sole proprietor, I guess. No, technically I think that's YouTube. I'm the host. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. I am the owner of this YouTube channel, Beauty by Mirrors, that you are watching. So come on in, come on in, come on in. I got some juice to tell y'all. Before I do, I want to give about 5 seconds out of this video's time to ask you guys to kindly like this video. I'm sure you're going to love it, and I have many more videos, or maybe not many, but this channel is fairly new. I have a couple more videos that you guys can actually click on and check out. My whole channel is about honestly unlocking that self-love. Every day we're not going to be 100%. Nobody is, not even your favorite artists or your favorite actors and actresses, whoever. Nobody's 100. We are humans. We are humans. We are humans. However, if you can have somebody like me coming across your screen just trying to give you guys some things that I had to learn from and still am learning from, because I'm not above reproach. I'm not perfect by any stretch. I'm just a young, black, beautiful woman who wants to give you guys some gems that I have so we can go through this together. Anyways, the topic of today's video is staying far away from friends, and I'm using air quotes, friends who like to take your kindness for weakness. Just as a quick disclaimer, as I have stated in one of my videos, I forget which one, I don't have many friend girls. I don't. I haven't had a lot of friend girls since about high school, and after high school I can count on one hand how many close associates I've had. So they didn't even meet the friend criteria yet, but it's just close associates, and that's 2. And out of those 2, none of them treated me like what I'm about to talk to y'all about today. And that is taking your friends for granted and taking their kindness for weakness. Of course, I have been in witness of it. Of course, I have been at the receiving end as well. Not when it comes to friends per se, but when it comes to family and people that, this is gonna sound bad, but people that that means nothing to me, like people at work. Let's just talk about that. Well, first and foremost, it's never good to be taken advantage of, whether you're a friend or not. It's not a good feeling. It makes you feel violated as a person. It makes you feel less than as a person. It makes you feel like you're just not good enough, in a nutshell. So nobody should be, and hopefully you're not, and hopefully I'm not. I really don't think that I do. I like to practice being self-aware the older I get, and I could pretty much say 99% sure I'm not taking advantage of anybody's kindness. I'm too grown for that. But I'm doing this video to help you guys be able to identify it and what to do if and when you find yourself in that situation. So how does it look like? Well, there's a few different ways. It can show itself as asking and not giving. So for example, if we're talking about friends, right? Stacy, and I'm making up that name, Stacy can be like, hey Sierra, can you give me $5? I got paid late and I had to take care of some bills. I don't have $5, give me it. I'll be like, hey, sure, no problem. Give her the $5. A week later, hey Sierra, do you have about $100? Yeah, I ain't got no excuse this week. It's just, I'm just short on cash. Can you give me that $100? Okay, no problem. I'll give you 100. Okay, sure. Next week, 3 consecutive weeks. Hey Sierra, can you give me another $100? I'm so sorry. I just really need it. Okay, I'll give it to you again. 4th time. Ask you for $500. That's a clear example of somebody taking advantage of your kindness. She already knows by this point that I'm super duper nice and I'm gonna give her the money, because she started off small. She started off with asking for $5, then it increased to 100, then it increased to 500. That's one of many examples of somebody taking your kindness for weakness. How you deal with that? Well, you address it head on. If you and that person are close, like you should be, hopefully, if they're asking you for money anyway, whether it's a friend or a family, if somebody's asking you for money, you can take it like this. Let's rewind. Hey Sierra, do you have $100? Mind you, I'm gonna make this the 5th time. Okay, I have to check to see if I have it, but before I do, Is there a reason for you needing it? I noticed that you've been asking for money every week now. Is there anything going on that I should know about? Oh yeah, no, I mean, to be honest, I just been having to pay bills and everything. Okay, no problem, no problem. I understand that. But have you ever thought of maybe budgeting your money? Because me and you get paid the same an hour. And also, I have a lot of bills too. Yeah, I have a lot of bills too. And to be honest, I didn't want to tell you this, but I've been getting in a bind myself just to help you out, to be honest. Oh, really? Dang, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But do you have that? Do you have that $500? And then it'll go on and on from there. Like, maybe my approach isn't the best because I have been told I could be very assertive and my tone can kind of be off if I'm feeling some kind of way. So maybe mine isn't the best, but you get the gist, okay? The whole point that I'm making is don't let people walk over you, because if you give some people an inch, they'll take a mile. And I also say this, they're not much of a friend if they can't even take heed to your uncomfortability. There's something, you don't even have to be, I don't even have to be in your face for you to see my body language that I'm kind of uncomfortable with you constantly asking me for money. It could be in my tone. It could be in my cadence. It could be in my energy. That's something that you as my best friend or you as my family member, you should be able to sniff out. And the mere fact that you either can't or refuse to is also a problem. Don't let these people... Do not let these people take advantage of you. This is a dog-eat-dog world. It really is. And the truth of the matter is, whether it's family, friends, husband, boyfriend or not, everybody has the capability of using you. Everybody have the capabilities of thinking that you're always going to be here when you're really not. I have done that before in the past. I sure have. You know, sometimes it's sometimes it's an unconscious behavior to where it's like, I know this person won't give me money. Let me just ask him again. You know, and then you start framing your mind like that almost every time that you need help. But it comes a time where you're going to have to put your bootstraps on and become the adult that you are. You know, this is what we've been fighting so hard to become when we were teenagers. We wanted to be so grown, and now we're grown and we don't even know how to adult properly. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not going to come into situations where you're going to need help. We all. The thing is, I never like to say everybody because I can't account for everybody. But in this situation, I will say it. Everybody has needed help one time in their life. That's it. It doesn't matter on what level. You can't try to say, oh, well, that was just minor. That wasn't, you needed help, right? And you asked for it and you got it. We all need help. We're humans. We all need help. Not everybody is going to be 100%. But the whole point of this is just to try to evade being around people who are taking advantage of you. Again, you're going to have an uncomfortable conversation with them. And that's another thing. It's like, you now have to put me in a situation where I have to sit you down. I have to sit down and we have to talk about why I'm uncomfortable with you constantly asking me for money. Why should I have to do that? Why can't you just take heed to the obvious signs that I'm giving off, that I'm a bit uncomfortable with you asking me for money all the time, or I'm a bit uncomfortable with you always asking me to take you from here and there, or I'm a bit uncomfortable with you always calling me talking about this same guy that I told you to leave 5 years ago and he's doing the same thing, if not worse. You get what I'm saying? There is a such thing as being abused. Abuse isn't just physical, y'all. Abuse can be verbal, it can be mental, it can be emotional. Come on now, it can even be spiritual. So we have to really take care of ourselves and stand our ground at the same time and just keep those people at bay, whoever they are, because clearly they don't care that much about you that they're putting you in uncomfortable situations. Now, with that being said, you're going to have to give them clear signs. It can't always be passive aggressive. Maybe the first 3 times they ask you for whatever it is, it doesn't have to be about money. You can kind of display some hesitation. But after that, you're going to need to make it plain and clear and be like, hey, listen, I got the money, but I don't have to give it to you. Let's talk about why you don't have the money. Or you could word it differently. Not everybody approach things the way I do. But the point is, you need to address it, because if you don't, it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening. I see this happen a lot. And you don't want to be that girl. You don't want to be that guy. Don't do it, because now you're starting to paint a picture in their head that you're not only irresponsible, because you're literally displaying that. You're irresponsible. You're what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? You're inconsiderate, no boundaries, and the list goes on. None of those things is cool. You know, like I said, we are gonna need help. I've needed help a time or two. I needed help maybe like 2 weeks ago. Okay, we all need help. Well, none of us is perfect, but it's all in moderation, and it comes a time where you're gonna have to learn how to adult. You know, it comes to, like, if we're getting, I'm gonna just be, for example, if I'm getting paid $18 an hour and you're getting paid $18 an hour, and I have a child and you don't, but you seem to be the one that never has money, we now have to have a talk about why is it that we get paid the same, and I got a little one that I'm caring for. I don't have a child, and I have a little one that I'm caring for, and you never seem to have the money. It's a budgeting problem, right? And when you're asking people for money, you're at their beck and call. Unfortunately, I have been on the receiving end of that when I had to ask my mom for money, and I hate asking her for money, because I felt and I feel like she uses you needing money as a license to kind of treat you like crap. And she's not in this alone. You got a lot of people that do that. A lot of men that do that too. And a lot of women that do that. It just depends on that person and how they operate mentally, you know. I don't like that, but that should be even more reason for you to try to do things on your own. And guys, I'm not going to make this all about money, because like I said, this can go either way. This could go with this person always calling you to talk to you about some situations that they're having that they're not actively changing, although you gave them advice several times. This can be about somebody keep asking you to take them from here and there. It can be anything that is excessive and it's not taking into account your feelings and it's putting you out of your way, like obviously, then it's not good, and you are more than likely being taken advantage of. So you just have to have that talk, and hopefully things change. Give it a timeline. Once you have that conversation, be like, okay, I'm gonna get this person, let's say, a month to get it together, and see how it goes. And hopefully they stop calling in regards to that situation, and they start to really, you know, be strong and handle stuff on their own. Like, the truth of the matter is, we're not going to always have everything. The person you're calling isn't always going to have the money. They may need to call you. So, you know, this world that we're living in, you just got to try to navigate it, but also be respectful of other people. Try not to take advantage of other people's kindness. You know, you got people out here that's already being taken advantage of at work. They're being taken advantage of, I don't know, if they're in the industry, let's say real estate industry, they're being taken advantage of by all of the lawyers and attorneys there that like to prey on them being green. I mean, the list goes on. You don't want to be that person adding to that cruel type of intentions. So anyway, y'all, this video is going to be coming to a close. If you have lasted this long, you are the real MVP. Again, make sure you like this video right now. I'm going to give you a few seconds. Okay, I hope you did it. Like this video. Is free of cost, guys. Please subscribe as well. This is a fairly new channel, and I'm popping out videos as I see fit or as it's on my heart. And I hope that it's resonating with you guys or somebody that you know. So anyways, until next time.